Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. So good to have you. I have seen some new faces come in. Yay! I am so excited to meet each and every one of you and to see your work and the things that you like to do and learn a little bit more about you. Here on the channel, if you don't know and you are new, we kind of have a whole bunch of stuff here. I crochet, we have knitting and tatting and Tunisian crochet, dyeing yarn, spinning yarn, processing yarn, weaving yarn. You can kind of see it's peeking right here, my 32-inch loom. Right now it's in the down position. It's so it's on a stand so that way it can easily be stored and out of my way. We have all kinds of stuff that happen here. This past week, I have got some things done. Not a lot, but we'll go over them. I did a new pattern right before I left for vacation. I started a new pattern and I had just the baby version, the little itty bitty version of it. And basically all that was to test to see how it was going to work up for a larger size. So it's like little itty bitty tiny, small. But I did manage to finally get it all recorded, get them done. And KK Crochet, she tested it. She's already happy with how it turned out. And I got my two here. This is Ethel, by the way, in case you didn't know. This is Ethel. I've kind of got it all pulled down. You know, these styrofoam heads are weird. You can see where the connection is slightly there. But there you go. And it goes all the way to the top. So that's Ethel. Ethel is wearing the one that is made with Karen Simply Soft. And then we'll get Fred. He's wearing one that is made with Red Heart Super Saver. And I think the other one was Crafter's Secret. The white, I think, is Crafter's Secret from Hobby Lobby. But, so here we are. I just grabbed out of my scrap bin. So here we are. Here's his. Again, you can kind of see, I know where it's at on him, so it's a little easier to see, but right in here is where your connection is and we move up. One thing to note about this particular pattern is I give you the number for a chain and I tell you what the first round is. But in the tutorial, I teach you how I do a double crochet foundation round to start the brim of the hat. So that is new in my tutorials that I'm introducing to you in my tutorials, showing you how to do the foundation in the round. If you have an easier way of doing it, by all means, please do. I just am showing you what works for me, how I do it. And yeah, that's just on the hats. There's multiple things you can do double crochet foundation round, like for a cowl, ear warmer, cuffs, all kinds of things. Start a pair of socks or slippers. You can use that for multiple things, but at any rate, that's what I did this hat with. I started it with a double crochet foundation in the round. But again, I do tell you the number of chains and what to do for your first round, so we're at the same point at the same time. Okay. With all that being said, Fred and Ethel are done for the day. And I also want to proudly wish you a very happy St. Patty's Day. I am part Irish. My heritage is the Joyce lineage, and they go back to James Joyce, the writer. And he actually is a how many ever uncle of mine. I can't tell you how many, you know, he's a great, 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 great uncle or whatever. But anyway, I am related to James Joyce. James Joyce is well known for his book Ulysses. He has multiple other readings and writings and stuff like that out there. I will say, if you've ever tried to read any of his stuff, you will understand me a lot better. I am definitely related, and we share the same birthday, as a matter of fact. So there's another little weird trivia with with me. Okay, so moving on. Just that little tidbit, but moving on. We had the Crochet Along Kagali for the month of February. We are now into March. I'm back from vacation. I know there was a few people who had some things going on and they weren't able to finish it just yet, but nevertheless, they were working on it. There was some into part 3 and almost finished. I do know that Ms. Bailey, she finished it. She and I talked one day and I told her, you know, it's a tablecloth with a hole in it. It's a round tablecloth with a hole in it. You just omit the hole and make a tablecloth. And she was like, you know, that would be awesome. So she turned the Kagali poncho into a tablecloth, inserting pictures of it here. Aren't they awesome? She did a fantastic job. I said, it's super, super simple. You know, the only thing you're doing is putting a hole in it to put it over your head. So, and the placement of the hole lets it drape down like a bell or drape down like Kagali does, where it's shorter in the front and long and drapey in the back. It's just a matter of the placement of the hole within the project. So she turned it into a tablecloth and she's done a beautiful job. And I'm sure everybody will agree. They've done one, they don't want to do no more. I completely understand. I didn't want to do a second one. But I wanted to record it, make the changes, and have it available as a crochet along for y'all because it did seem to be well liked. So I had to make another one. But that is me. I seem to do that a lot to myself. On the crochet along, we also have another one coming. So you've seen, or maybe not, recently on my mannequin Nikki, she'd been sporting the new shawl that I made. Now the shawl is very, very crescent, large crescent, and it wraps around really nice. It has almost like a collar because of the way it's designed. You can wrap it around your shoulders. It's going to stay put the way it's designed. It's not going to fall off because of the way that it curves around your body and hangs, drapes in the front. So that is going to be turned into our next crochet along, more than likely for next month, because I got to get a few other things caught up, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out in time to be the end of this month. We shall see. Here she is, most of it. Just a real quick look. This is very lightweight, very airy, very springtime, summertime thought process going into it. This was done in a very light DK weight. I am doing the tutorial and in a mandala 4 weight So you will be able to see the difference between the two, between DK and the 4-weight. And if you wanted to do it in a cotton, it would be a really cool lightweight bathing suit cover, but also to make it another type of bathing suit cover, you could add ties at either side, either end, and do it as a wraparound skirt like such, or a little bit further out like that, and just use the ties as like we used to do with the wraparound skirts. Because of all of the holes in the top, you very easily could do that. This has a multifunction to it. There are no limits, really. You can put buttons down one side, partly down, and wear it sideways, so that way the buttons are on your shoulder over here, and this side is solid. You can wear it just around with it folded back like a collar. You could wrap it around bandana style if you so chose, because it is lightweight enough if you do it in a DK or less. There's so many things you could do with this. I'm going to probably break it down into another 3-part, depending on how long the videos get when I start working those clusters of stuff. When I get very in-depth and I'm working so many at a time, if it starts making the videos too long, I'll switch it to a 4-part. I just don't want to overwhelm too much into one video. That's why I like to break it down and separate it out, so that way everybody kind of gets a breather from it and is like, okay, I finished part 1. I can do something else for a little bit. Okay, I finished part 2. I can do something else for a little bit. So that's why I like crochet alongs. It kind of allows you to take a break from it and give your mind a break. If you choose to wait until at the end and do it all at once, okay, no big deal, whatever. On the St. Patty's Day green, I spun Thursday night, my Thursday night live. I went ahead and did it as like it was St. Patty's Day, because it was the day before. Today is Friday, actually St. Patty's Day for me, and Saturday or thereafter for you. But I did spin up some world peas while we had our live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time spin and chat. I spun that green. And, oh, one other thing. That goes on every Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I spin yarn and we chit-chat. Bring your depends, because we can get really silly sometimes. Yeah. That's kind of like a clause, standard clause that has to be in the video or in the description for Thursdays. And then, of course, Saturdays, you find me here doing my weekly podcast of what I've been up to. All right. So the last thing that I started working on this week is a pair of socks. I have the toe box area done, and I will start working up the foot of the sock. And I will probably start another pair, because 2 pair go to one person and one pair will go to another person. So I have a total of 3 pair of socks that I was asked to make. So I want to go ahead and get those 2 done pretty quickly and get them where they need to be. That is it for me today. Yep, I'm just sitting here in my comfy little chair, not the normal background, because I was already set up here working on something and I didn't feel like moving over to my workstation where I normally record. But Here's my Irish coffee mug. This came from Dublin, Ireland on my husband's passes through with the military. And he sent it and some shot glasses because I collect shot glasses. He sent them home to me quite a while back. Love them. Absolutely love them. So I thought it was proper that I use my Irish mug on St. Patty's Day. So everybody, I have a slideshow after this part, and it is a slideshow of what other creators you guys have submitted in Facebook under the post, or emailed me and said, hey, this is what I finished, and gave me a description and told me who you were. So those are added into a slideshow after my Saturday video. We'll go ahead and get that put together so that way you can watch it. Everybody that is in the slideshow will be tagged down below as far as their channels, whether or not they have content or not. Yeah, it varies. There are some that do and some that don't. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It's always good to have supporters. So when you have your first video, there's people watching. But at any rate, be blessed, be a blessing. I'll see you next time. Bye.